I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know, and I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line, but I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know.
Gli americani sono molto fortunati perché dovunque vanno per esportare la libertà trovano il petrolio.
Bastards! 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 Pakistan, Yemen, Iraq. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, Iraq. I don't care if I ever come back. I don't care if I ever come back. From poor families, how far we roam. From poor families, how far we roam. So the rich kids can just stay at home. So the rich kids can just stay at home. When I come home with PTSD. When I come home with PTSD. The VA hospital won't care for me. The VA hospital won't care for me. I'll probably end up homeless out in the dark. I'll probably end up homeless out in the dark. To get laid on screen by Marky Mark.
Welcome back to Is It War? World War I.
War.
Correct. World War II.
War.
Correct. The Vietnam War.
War.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carl. That was a congressionally authorized counteroffensive. Don't worry, we get right back on track with the Korean War.
War.
No, that was police action.
No, they had tanks and stuff.
Well, the police have tanks now, don't they, Carl? Okay, the First and Second Iraq War.
War.
They identify as military action. It's a bit like pronouns, except we kill people. All right, how about Libya?
War.
I'm sorry, that was kinetic action, not a war. Venezuela.
Well, it was an act of war, I think.
No, I'm sorry, that was a law enforcement operation, not a war. Iran.
It's a war. We're doing war things.
No, not war things. Preemptive retaliatory de-escalation action.
No, that's not a thing.
All right, judges? Okay, how about the war on terrorism?
War.
No, it was a coalition-led conditional operation. How about Afghanistan?
Afghanistan was the war on terror.
No, I'm sorry, that was a pre-authorized defense stabilization initiative.
Okay, can somebody tell me the rules here?
War on poverty, Carl.
Well, poverty? That's not even a thing.
I'm sorry, I hate to do this to you. It was a trick question. We don't have poverty in the United States. The Dow went up to 50,000. Couldn't even get that high. Amazing. Don't even worry about the Epstein files. War on Christmas.
The coffee cup thing? No, that's not a war.
It is a war for the soul of the nation and whether or not I can wish my children Merry Christmas.
Okay, you know what? I quit. I don't want to do this anymore.
Today's magical phrase, Carl, you just became a United States Congressman. Congratulations, Representative Carl. Merry Christmas.
It's March.
Well, okay, Happy Hanukkah.
Good evening, one and all. Happy Socialist Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday live stream on My Left Eye. I'm your host Lefty, and a happy International Women's Day as well. Shout out to all the sisters. Solidarity this Socialist Sunday. One and all, thank you for joining us. Divinia was very early. Once again. Very enthusiastic, that's what we like to see. Great to see you in the chat. Shouty Bloke. We've got Idiosyncrasy as well. Flow Snake. Lots of awesome people, familiar faces joining us. Hype Them. Peasants of Evolt. Very good evening to you. Vic. Big Jerry also jumping in the chat, and Specs Beam Farmer as well. Solidarity, comrades, brothers, sisters, they're thems, comrades alike. What a week, people. How are we all easing into World War III? It's been a very busy week. Quite a bit to go through on the stream as well. But on Sundays we always chat about what's coming up in Keith's Fondue Lounge. So for now, I'll just politely remind you all, please hit thumbs up on the stream. Keep it cordial in the chat as well. Not saying that there hasn't been anything cordial so far, these are just general reminders. Yeah, give us a boost on the algorithm with a thumbs up or a comment. These are the current 145 members on the channel. Thank you very much for all of your support as we try and get back over that 200 mark. Other ways that you can support this stream as well as the channel generally with super chats if you're watching live. Super stickers are open as well. I will read out all of the super chats as long as they're within YT guidelines, of course. Super thanks are also available if you're watching back later on, and there's Buy Me a Coffee page in the description of the channel. So if you'd like the link for that, please do check that out. Very important as well, please, good people, open some of our recent video content, if you will. That's non-live stream content. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you're on a mobile device or a tablet, then it might give you the option to contribute some hype points. We'd really appreciate if you threw some of your hype points. They get renewed every week. There's more or less there's a table, a chart, and the higher you are with the hype points, the more the algorithm chooses to display your videos. At least that's my understanding of it thus far. Yeah, so we do really appreciate all of the support that we get on the channel. Super grateful to the audience. We've got a great audience here, building our community as well, so thank you very much to those of you who've helped out in that regard with gifted memberships, as well as renewing your own memberships. That is quintessential to helping us build this great community that we have on My Left Eye. So a quick scroll through the chat. All seems well. Make sure that you're on live chat as well. That way you don't miss out on any messages, anything in the chat. I'll just double check I've actually done that. Yep. It's on the checklist before I start streaming, don't worry. We're semi-professionals here, you know, this serious channel all about politics and society from a left-wing perspective. Bilderberg, yes, that is a bit of an improvement, not defaulting to top chat, which I particularly personally don't really see the point of, to be honest. And how does it decide what all is not important, which messages to display? You may as well see the whole thing. That's the point of having a a chat, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, live chat all the way. Graham Turner's also joined us in the chat. Solidarity, brother, thanks for being here this evening. Great to see you as always. Edward Sexby as well. And Doc Davies, have I said Doc yet? If not, great to see you. And if so, then you've had a double greeting, so it's all good. As per every Sunday, you can hear the soothing jazz tones of Herbie Ranger and the Supersonics in the background. The wonderful tune On the Rocks, I believe it's called. Bit of an Easter egg, bit of channel trivia for you there. It's whole bollocks. Was that in relation to Top Chats? Or just life in general? Maybe getting deeply existential and nihilistic early on in the chats. It's worthless, isn't it? We may as well give up. We can't win against entropy. We may as well just quit while we're slightly ahead. No, we do not quit. We resist. That's what we do, people, here on My Left Eye. I'm sure you're with me in that sentiment as well. Anyone who doesn't know, this channel is put together by political and environmental activists. The likes of Just Stop All Youth Demand, Take Back Power, Defend Our Juries, these kind of organisations. Yeah, that's this kind of space. Yeah, Top Chat. Not Top Cat, idiot. Well, hey there, officer. Right, I know you're all usually in the mood for a bit of supper about now, so should we get into the lounge? I think we shall. I'll quickly go through what's coming up on the stream. So prepare yourselves for this week's portion of Fondue, brought to us by the wonderful Agitator. And you know it's one of your favourite earworms as well, people. Yes, indeed. Agitate for change. The number 4, not the word for. Agitate for change is the handle you're looking for more quality scenes like this from the Agitator. What's coming up, people? The latest on Iran. A bit of a retrospective look, as well as things that have happened over the weekend and since I was last with you on stream, which one was that? Thursday. Of course, with the belated Keith's catchphrases. Yes, so there have been developments. Obviously looking at the mainstream media, as always. And we do like to keep a critical eye on governments as well as the media. Because as usual, we're not being given the full story. We're being given a narrative. But we're going to cut through all that and take a look at what's actually going on. So Keith himself has released something of a cringy publicity video this week off the back end of an effort from the White House, which you won't believe is, you know, an official release from the highest seat of office in the United States of America. But these are the times that we're living. We're going to have a bit of a look at those. I had to actually double and triple check with Starmer's, because initially I thought that this has to be parody in terms of the background music which he used. Turns out it's all official. More on that to come anyway. Yeah, and there's also been this developing story about an attack on a US embassy in Oslo as well. Bit of a look at that. But Israel is taking much more of a beating than the mainstream media are reporting. Quite a lot to get our teeth into where Iran's concerned. We'll try and blend that in with some UK politics as well. Got a couple of polls and things. A bit of a look at the far right as well. They tried to cause some disruption during a speech that Hannah Spencer was giving this weekend. And it is, when you see it, unbelievable. More about that to come. The far right are very rattled at the moment, of course, following the Gorton and Denton stunning victory. You might have heard as well that some people from Take Back Power, who I just mentioned, who I'm also involved with, were raided. Going to be taking a look at that. This is all official stuff. It's out on social media and stuff. Bearing in mind this isn't obviously an official Take Back Power stream. But yeah. Where the police response to certain organisations is concerned is pretty shocking. JK's in the chats. Also, nice to see you. Yeah, so we do have all of that, plus we'll see what else we get into. And on that matter, I guess we better get started. We'll be back for another portion of Fondue later on, but for now, that's it. Marimba vibes. Okay, on we go. More to come.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
How about now? Think it's okay now? A few reports of bufferage. We had the same at our end. We are back. Never fear. One of the best IT teams on YouTube here at My Left Eye.
Socialists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's always a work in progress where live stream tech's concerned. But for now, running smooth. It's all good.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Opening comedy clip then. Let me see. Yeah. They'll all be familiar to long-term viewers of the channel. Or possibly not, even. And we're going to kick off with broken news. I think this is the first one they've put out since the latest round of illegal attacks on Iran. I mean, we're in the second week now, of course. So over to Laurie and Paul, broken news. There are links already in the description if you're not already subscribed.
No, it was up to the elbow, like all the way up. What? Welcome back to Broken News. Still to come, anti-Semite or Islamophobe. Why you're one or the other, or both, but we are not going to tell you why. First, time to check in with goings-on across the pond in the latest edition of State of the States. I'm joined once again by our US correspondent, Bob State. Bob, welcome. All eyes on the USA's actions in Iran. When it comes to the Middle East, what exactly is President Trump's plan?
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
Sorry, what's sweet?
Oh, it's just very sweet and naive that you think there's a plan. You're like a little innocent child, aren't you, sometimes? Like, will this war fix everything, Daddy?
Yeah, that's a bit rude. I mean, these things don't just happen, do they, Bob? I mean, there must be a plan of some sort, you know, laid out before.
A plan. A plan. Right, I see what you're talking about. A plan for Iran.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I've got it here, in fact.
Right.
There it is.
That's just a blank sheet of paper.
Yeah, I got it from the draw-marked Plan for Iraq 2003. It's in the Plan for Libya cupboard. You know, in the Plan for Afghanistan office on Plan for Vietnam Street.
Well, anyway, Bob, yeah, Ayatollah Khomeini is dead, which is positive.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
No one mourns the wicked.
You're doing musical theatre in a report about World War III.
Yeah, well, just a bit of levity. You know, it's all been a bit, but there have been celebrations among Iranians over Khomeini's death. Do you hear the people sing?
No, stop that.
Sorry. But what I'm saying is that this is a good thing. Do you agree this is a good thing? This is a solid reason, for a war.
You know, it is possible to be happy about the death of a religious tyrant while at the same time being a slightly bit concerned about the mad micro-dick leader of the free world being Bibi's bootlicking bitch and just wading into war.
Yeah, I wasn't saying...
Do you remember the good old days? Yeah, when a leader might go on telly or radio or whatever and announce that they're declaring war on another country. God forbid have some sort of democratic vote about it in Congress or Parliament or wherever.
Speaking of Parliament, criticism of Sir Keir Starmer by President Trump this week, who said, "It's clear I'm not dealing with Winston Churchill."
Yeah, well,
yeah, he's not Winston Churchill, and you're certainly not Franklin D. Roosevelt, mate.
Well, exactly.
He's more like Gino Di Campo. What with all the shouting and the bullying and the...
What are you doing?
I don't. But is that criticism of Starmer, which has been echoed by Kemi Badenoch and Reform, is that fair?
Right. The Tories and the frog-faced Führer fantasist Farage are constantly rubbing their nationalist nubbin over sovereignty. And then our leader makes an actual sovereign decision not to join in with a spot of illegal warmongering, and they don't like it. Make it make sense, Ed.
I can't.
Yeah, they wank on endlessly about Tony Blair following Bush into Iraq. But when Starmer actually stands up to Trump, he's weak, is he? What, because he decided not to do some illegal bombing?
Sorry, did you say bumming? That's not illegal. Bumming is not illegal.
Well, it has been in Iran. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're glad Khomeini's dead.
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Just time for one more thing before we go, Bob. Surely this war will be over relatively quickly with the sort of military technology at President Trump's disposal. Let's see what he said here about it. We have beautiful missiles like the world has never seen. The best missiles. And these missiles, you fire them and you fire them at a target and they hit the target and they explode. Amazing technology.
Yeah, so what, very different technology to the sort of, benign missiles that you might put on display in your nan's house next to the commemorative plates or something?
Yes, Bob. Yeah. Well, we'll have to leave it there, unfortunately, and we are out of time once again to talk about Donald Trump's long-standing and comprehensive involvement with the child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
What a shock.
What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Never fail to disappoint Larry and Paul and the Broken News. Do go and subscribe. Like I said, there's a link in the description of the stream. So as has been pointed out in the chat, well, let's just go through how we got to where we are now. Okay, how best to summarise this? Right, first of all, we weren't going to get involved and Starmer announced that. Then, of course, under pressure from Trump and Netanyahu, has caved in, allowed the UK has allowed the US to utilise overseas Air Force bases. That's roughly where we've got up to. With regard to the attack on the UK base in Cyprus, Agitator, there is increasing evidence that this attack did not come from Iran and is in fact a false flag operation, because that is of course worth mentioning where the UK's involvement in this whole charade is concerned. But I want to get into some clips as we go through the timeline further and pad out what's been happening. Because like I mentioned earlier, the narrative that's being displayed from the mainstream media is of course pretty alien from the truth. Things aren't going as well for the Epstein axis, let's call it that, US and Israel, as is being portrayed. Neither is the efficacy of the attacks on Iran. In fact, at this point, I would suspect Trump would have thought that Iran would have just basically given up once the Ayatollah had been assassinated. That would be it. It's kind of like, all we have to do is kick in the door and the whole rotten thing will fall down. Quote from World War II. And there have been other people who've made comparisons actually to Russia, where Iran's concerned. That is how difficult it would be if it came to a troops on the ground situation. But that's just one of three options that Trump's left with at the moment. He has to be realistic with that. We can't expect him to be, of course. So he can either withdraw, put boots on the ground, try and send them into Iran, which will not end well for him. Or the really terrifying one, the third option, which you certainly wouldn't put past Troop, would be the nuclear option. And Israel have been making increasing threats of something huge, you know, some sort of huge attack as well. Are there perhaps undertones of nuclear threats within those as well? Today we've also seen Israel attack gas facilities in Tehran. But Israel are taking a thumping. If you look at Tel Aviv, they woke up this morning to scenes reminiscent of Gaza, entire buildings destroyed. Right, lots to get through. So let's kick off with a clip from the media rounds today. This is just a short one. Because I think, yeah, this sums up the UK position pretty well. Comes from somebody I'm sure you're all familiar with, former head of the RMT Union, Railway, Maritime and Transport Union, Mick Lynch.
This is an invasion of a sovereign country, whether we like that government or not. This is a sovereign government that we recognise, and it's been invaded without notice, a preemptive strike, as it's been called, and it's Israel's war, ultimately. Israel is getting what it wants out of this situation. More than one country is under attack. All of its Arab neighbours are receiving incoming death.
Yeah, spot on from Mick Lynch there. I just paused it there for a moment. Because, have you noticed, for some reason, I've noticed Michael Gove popping up a lot more since the election. And I wonder if there's some reason behind that as well. This is just a sort of side observation, I guess. It's been quoted a lot in other interviews, or snippets of interviews as well, that I've come across. But who cares what Michael Gove thinks, for God's sake? Has anybody else noticed that recently? But yeah, this is an invasion, as Mick Lynch is rightly saying here, not sanctioned by Parliament. Even in the case of Iraq, it went through Parliament. All we're hearing, yeah, preempted this, preempted that. It doesn't wash. Along with the seeking legal advice. These are illegal acts. They have to be 100% illegal on a sovereign nation. Whatever you think about what's happening in Iran or the leaders of Iran is irrelevant, because this is an internationally recognised sovereign nation at the end of the day.
You like, one way or the other. Lebanon is about to be massively invaded. Beirut is going to be attacked, and it is being attacked now. People are dying all over the region, and the majority of them are people that Israel regards as hostile. Now, that's a situation that...
Well, they are hostile. Because they are hostile.
Not all of them are hostile. Not all of them are hostile.
A great many of them are hostile to Israel to many degrees.
But not all of them. What I'm saying is that the conflagration has broken out all over the region. And that is at the instigation, as even Mark Rubio said, of the Israeli government. They have said that they were going to strike, and we've got to get in behind them.
Exactly. Yeah. And now Lebanon, 400 people reported killed in Lebanon today as well. Graham, yeah, Gove is a really shady character indeed, no doubt about that. Just give me one sec. So I've got a bit of a freeze again. Bear with. You might get a couple of seconds buffering. All good again, I think. Elwido, welcome to the chat. Yes, of course, sinister does literally mean left-handed. Trivia. Nice trivia. Yeah, let's crack on with this one. It's one of those Lego videos. I think we've shown a couple of these in the past. This is the latest one on Iran. I don't know if they managed to put these together so quickly, but they really are incredibly detailed. Yeah, so let's see what's happening. Yeah, how good was that? Put together, I should say. Yeah, really quickly. Incredible stuff from those creators. SN Flunky, nice to see you in chat. Is it okay if I just say Flunky? 1075. Thanks for joining us. Libyology as well. There in the chat, I see. Very good evening. Happy Socialist Sunday and International Women's Day. Yeah, Michael Gove's the West Streeting of Labour. It's not a bad analysis.
Wimp! Pervert! Nubbin!
Yeah, okay, where are we up to? Yeah, even though there's this, misrepresentation in the mainstream media about the extent of the damage in Tel Aviv, other cities as well, trying to act as though Iran are attacking civilians as opposed to US air bases in other countries, along with all of the rest of it. But some giveaways and slithers of information sometimes fall through the cracks and through the net, especially where live broadcasting is concerned. And we're actually going to take a look at an example of one of those from what you'd think is a extremely unlikely source in these circumstances. Fox News, in fact. But this, in fact, being put to Americans, and concerning just how America have basically had the best shot so far at Iran. Like I said, Trump excuse me, Trump hoping that they would have surrendered by now, but a depletion in resources, they just can't sustain this pretty much at current pace. According to Iranian officials, they can keep going for quite some time, even as things are going at the moment. Right, just gonna have to upload these clips as we go due to a minor technical reason.
What do you think is the discussion?
Do bear with. So we have our places, Fox News. See what's happening.
Between these, our highest end defense companies and the president this afternoon. What could be done quickly if needs to be?
Well, I think the discussion is how do we plus up our counter drone defenses to, continue to strike down these drones, because clearly some of them are getting through, obviously more than we wanted to. We're seeing more drones penetrate our defenses than I think expected. We should be really honest with ourselves about that. That brings up, frankly, a larger issue that I've been talking about on this network for years. We have our critical installations around the world have been vulnerable. There are people in some of our own government offices who have failed the American people in purchasing failed equipment. That's why we're seeing some of these Shahid drones get through. Even one enemy drone getting through our defenses and striking a U.S. embassy overseas is unacceptable. And Martha, something, a cheap $20,000 Shahid forcing us to burn multi-million-dollar interceptors, starting fires currently at oil facilities and U.S. embassies, that's unsustainable math. Marco?
It's completely unsustainable. And just look at the cost differences there. $20,000, destroying millions in tech. And for all the best efforts, these drones are still getting through, and that's even before you bring hypersonic ballistic missiles into the conversation as well. It's an embarrassment for the United States. The gung-ho attitude, and look at all this that we've got, and even obsolete tech that's decades old is getting through as well. Iran have pointed that out. They've not even brought up the best weaponry yet, and they're getting defeated by these cheap drones that are taking out very, very expensive facilities and military equipment.
Rubio said the other day we only make 6 to 7 interceptors per month at the tune of $1 million a piece. That doesn't make sense. He probably doesn't know that there are probably parts of the government acquisition cycle that are still a mess. I mean, I don't know who's in charge of the Department of War's procurement over the last few years to put counter drone systems, but the reality is that we're seeing right now there are gaps, and so we need to buy more systems in the U.S. and start plussing up our forces. And I hope that there's a real discussion at the White House right now about doing that.
What do you think?
Yeah, because that's the way that, unfortunately, modern warfare is developing. Drones are one of the major things in warfare. America have been caught out, completely unprepared. And now they're already on the back foot. And so are Israel. In fact, let's go to this one next. This is actually an interview with a former IDF soldier. And even he says that Israel is taking a lot more of a thrashing than we're hearing about. There's a mass exodus now as well, of course, from Tel Aviv. I think we've got to go.
I'm going to explain what I mean. There is the real war that's going on the ground and in the air and at sea. And in this war, I'm going to say it plainly, Iran is fucking up the United States of America. And it is fucking up the United States of America so thoroughly, so extensively, so decisively, that the world is not ready to see and accept it yet, including many of us. But this is the military reality on the ground, and this is not just the Freedom Ayatollah hyperventilating.
No, some of the biggest bases that the United States have are in the Gulf states, and they're all getting absolutely pounded and destroyed. Some of the, this network of US Army bases that surround Iran, other countries as well, of course, Iraq, Qatar, It's taken decades, and now it's going to be completely destroyed within weeks with $20,000 drones against a multi-trillion-dollar economy that funnels so much of its money into so-called defence, into arms, is the main perpetrator of the industrial military complex, and it's all going to be gone. It's all going to be vaporised. They're getting absolutely, well, as this guy puts it, absolutely fucked. Elon Mizrahi is the name of this guy that you're seeing here, by the way.
Or being sensational. In 4 days, Iran has managed to expand its sphere of influence, its sphere of military domination, immensely. The U.S. Iran has pushed out of its borders into neighboring countries. It has destroyed the vastest and most precious military bases and assets and equipment in the whole world. American bases in Bahrain and Kuwait and Qatar and Saudi Arabia are some of the biggest military installations the US has anywhere on the planet. These are assets that it took trillions to build, not billions, trillions. Because I have to remind you, the US defense budget is almost $1 trillion a year. None of this was built in 1 year. This was built over many decades. This is a big part, a big chunk of American military expenditure for 30 years or more, going up in smoke.
It isn't. That's one of the reasons I think this is why this is different from last time around, from the attacks last year. As he said there, infrastructure that's been built up over decades being destroyed, but also Iran have been preparing for this since the 1950s, because, of course, let's not forget, America deposed the Democratic leader back then to help put in an authoritarian government, and here we are in 2026 and saying, oh, look at this regime that we have to take out. But ever since they saw the first that is attacks on Iraq in the first Gulf War, early 1990s, that's over 30 years ago, people, and they've been waiting. And they've been preparing, and the interim leader even goes so far as to say that where boots on the ground are concerned, they've been waiting for some time for this, and that draws back to those parallels to Vietnam and impossible campaigns in Russia that I mentioned earlier. Of course, Napoleon, the Nazis, everybody who's attempted has failed. So that's why it's different from last time around, and I think basically it's coming to the crunch. So we're going to see if America's decades worth of preparation can outdo Iran's, and at the moment it certainly doesn't look as though they have. Decades of effort gone in hours, in days.
This is what we're seeing now. Hundreds of millions of dollars a piece, or $1 billion plus a piece, being destroyed in an instant. We are seeing entire military bases being abandoned, burned, decimated, destroyed.
Mm. Another thing as well, don't tell me that there's only a handful of casualties and deaths from this. Originally it was four people have been updated, but the latest I saw was around 20 names that were put out by the government. I don't think that you can lose so many Air Force bases and only have a handful of deaths. I'm certain that the numbers are being suppressed there as well. Could be in the hundreds or possibly even over 1,000. When you look at the number of bases and the amount of destruction, we're probably going to see that come out in the future as well.
And I'm telling you from my knowledge of American military history, and I'm not an expert, but I'm not a complete ignoramus as well. The US has never suffered such devastation in its entire history, except maybe Pearl Harbor. And this is one time, one day. No enemy in normal war has done to the US military what the Iranians are doing to the US military right now. Right now. This is beyond, we cannot believe it still. This defies belief. This defies belief. This is so bad, the situation, the military situation, this is the first war I'm describing. The military situation is so bad that censorship blocks practically every piece of new information about this war. And if you've noticed, we are being exposed to less and less every day. Every day. I mean, 35 years ago, during the first Iraq war, we were being shown endless footage from Iraq. The smart bombs and the cameras, they were a novelty back then. But every night almost, we were being shown night footage. I remember this because it was new and scary and exciting. Now we are almost seeing no video. I mean, understand this. This is supposedly the world's biggest military power, having the world's biggest...
yeah, I don't know if it goes on to mention this, but you'll get 5 years, you'll be arrested, and apparently the longest sentence is 5 years in prison for anybody filming what's happening in Tel Aviv and putting it out on the social media. People have been arrested on the streets and charged with crimes that have a maximum imprisonment term of 5 years. And that's on their own citizens as well. The amount of denial going on here is off the scale.
Air capabilities. And for 4 days, which are supposed to be the most brutal, this is when you build momentum. The US is on the offensive, supposedly. This is when they were supposed to break through Iranian defenses. And in 4 full days of this, we are seeing no signs of American domination over Iranian skies.
I saw a video this morning, real video, not CNN, though they have been better, but real video out of Israel. They are getting absolutely pummeled.
How badly are the Iranians damaging Tel Aviv?
Very badly, very badly. And it is relentless. It's not a fuselage, it's relentless and increasingly. And
I didn't put the background music on this clip, just so you know, by the way.
In the latter stages of this 15-minute video, you could see that fewer and fewer air defense missiles were going up. And at the end of it, in the last 60 seconds, which is a long time, Judge, if you're under fire, there were no Israeli missiles going up. The Iranian missiles were just getting in.
Wow. Yeah, this is Judge Freedom. Well, you can see that's the podcast on the title screen there as well. Yeah, and where Tel Aviv's concerned, Iron Dome has turned out to be something of a paper sieve. Let's remind ourselves, again with decades-old missiles, they've not even brought the latest, even quicker ones up yet. And, you know, they can go thousands of miles an hour. and destroy a multi-story block in seconds, they're going to get worse than they've been dishing out in Gaza.
Oh. Well. It's all being lied about, of course. You can't even get it out of Al Jazeera or Al Arabiya. They're not allowed to film this sort of thing because he's got a wrapped down tight ban on anybody coming in there and making film other than his own propaganda.
And you'll get it on My Left Eye as well, of course. Yeah, good podcasting there. Good interviews from Judge Freedom. It's Herbie. You will. 1, 2, 3, 4. Colonel Lawrence Wilkinson, thanks for the info there. Graham in chat. He does look familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in interviews before. But I think Judge Freedom podcast is somewhat new to me personally. And that says it all, especially coming from a former IDF soldier, as we saw at the start there, Elon Mizrahi, and then Colonel Lawrence Wilkinson. Propaganda's already come up, a lot of it came up in those clips there, and we're going to see, my goodness, wow. 2 examples now. Just going to give you my take on these. You might have already seen them already. Right, we'll start with the Trump promo. God, this is fuck. The fuck am I watching here? Now, if you've not seen this, sorry, I need a drink. 1 second. Yeah, this thing that's been clumped together by some fucking intern or whatever. So it's movie clips, TV shows, and even computer games, gaming footage as well, mashed together, supposed to drum up patriotism within the United States to get them behind, you know, the latest round of illegal attacks. This one, you can see is an Avengers one from Tony Stark. There you can see, played by Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. So, there are some very short clips. I'm going to pause and digest as we go through this, because there are some real shockers in here. I'll play it through first. It's about 40 seconds long, actually, and then I'll do the dissection, the analysis. Let's get surgical on this monstrosity. My God, people. What a time to be alive. This is official White House press release, just to be very clear. Official press release from the White House. Pennsylvania Avenue, United States of America, Washington, D.C. God help us all.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Welcome home, son.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
What will you do without freedom?
Fucking hell.
You can't conceive of what I'm capable of.
Fucking hell.
Fight.
Yeah.
It's like a mental breakdown on a
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
I am the danger.
Time to find out.
Maximum effort.
Finish him.
Here it comes.
Now. flawless victory.
Yeah, how's the divorce going? Wow. Let's take that back to the beginning. We dare. Big Jerry, this is you can see there. This was put out by the White House a couple of days ago. It's, yeah, super cringe. You're quite right there, Bilderberg. This is official. White House media. So we've already mentioned Tony Stark, the Avengers bit here, and then it's just bad to worse. I don't know where to start. I generally don't like most, certainly conservative political party broadcasts, that's for sure. This is something else, especially where trying to get people behind an illegal attack is going. Right.
Welcome home, son.
So, okay. And up next, what do we have here? We've got Ridley Scott's Gladiator. Starring Russell Crowe, as you can see on the left there. I think this scene, if memory serves, is from quite early on in the film, which is set in Bavaria, modern day Germany, of course. The entire film is about Rome, the Roman Empire itself. Point being, not the United States of America. So you've got Maximus Decimus Meridius here on the left, who the White House want to convince you was fighting for American freedom. This is a country that's existed for 250 years. Not, of course, geographically, of course, politically. The founding of the United States of America with the Declaration of Independence. But just to get that line in, it's all about the lines that count. And like, this is like...
Good job, Daddy, son. Welcome home, son.
Strength and honor.
Strengthened honor. Strengthened honor. Yeah. Strengthened honor.
What will you do?
And fuck me. And then Braveheart, directed by and starring Mel Gibson. Apparently wanted somebody else to star in the film. They had contractual issues. In the end, he decided to put on a dodgy Scotch accent and do it himself. But again, set in Scotland, known for being historically inaccurate, of course. His portrayal of William Wallace, known for example, not being alive at the same time as Robert the Bruce, who's also in Braveheart's various other chronological errors, as well as cinematic ones as well. People, extras wearing digital watches, this sort of thing. Inaccurate weaponry, that sort of thing. Going back to Gladiator as well, they had saddles on horses. I'm getting a bit nitpicky here, but point being, again, this is set in Scotland. This is supposed to be Scotland's plight against England during the Middle Ages, again, prior to the establishment of the United States of America. This is with 3 snippets in. This is the 3rd snippet, and so far they've not shown anything that has actually happened in the United States of America. They've shown something from the Marvel universe. We've seen a clip from Ridley Scott's Gladiator set in Rome/Bavaria. And Braveheart set in England during the Middle Ages. What's next? And it's Top Gun. Top Gun. Is that the second one? I'm just going off of the wrinkles. Because even eventually Tom Cruise, with all of his weird Scientology practice, got wrinkles in the end. I think it's from the second one. But again, fictional tale from Hollywood.
You can't conceive of what I'm capable.
I think those splices might be from actual wartime footage, but again, we don't know. We just see explosions. We don't know what the context is. It's just generally, I guess they're saying, you like explosions, don't you? You like Hollywood. You like Iron Man and William Wallace, who was alive at the same time as Robert the Bruce, apparently. And Maximus Decimus Meridius.
You can't conceive of what I'm capable of.
Finishing this fight.
Oh, God.
I'm thinking on
We've got what? Fuck me, Superman, John Wick, fucking hell.
This fight.
Yeah, I'm thinking on back.
So that one there, that's actually Tom Cruise again, isn't it? But only very briefly, in lots of makeup. This one was in Tropic Thunder. Well, how do you describe it? It's a war film within a real war situation, a comedy. Again, starring Robert Downey Jr. as well. So lots of Tom Cruise and Robert Downey Jr. He's a bit keen on those two so far. Yeah, they're both in that. Jack Black as well. But Ben Stiller also stars. I think he was one of the co-producers as well. And upon seeing this, and this is just one little snippet of Tom Cruise's character in this, immediately protested on social media and asked for the bit to be removed, taking some offence. I don't know if other people, maybe Robert Downey Jr. or whoever, have also made similar requests. What's next? Fucking hell. Superman. Christopher Reeves. Superman. From good. You okay? Let's do the knowledge with Richard Lester's incarnation of Superman from is it 19? I think it just about in the 1980s. 1980 was it? So Superman. And again, apart from the little snippets of contextless explosions from within the field, nothing actual, nothing real from recent American military operations. That's probably because they've not had a great deal of successes, have they? What are they going to do? Show the last helicopter out of Saigon, for example, the disaster of withdrawing from Afghanistan, all of the trail of destruction that they left in Iraq.
Truth and justice in the American way.
Truth, justice, and the American way. What's this, Breaking Bad now? Yeah, a bit of...
The danger.
I am... You're gonna be shit scared. I'm pretty sure that Bryan Cranston won't be down with this either. This is just so bad. Once again, this is official. White House media. What? Time to fight. It's Transformers.
Maximum effort.
Deadpool.
Here it comes.
What the fuck? Cartoon fucking Kylo Ren from Star Wars.
Now end this.
Oh, please, yes, end this. Please let it end.
Flawless victory.
Flawless. Oh, get to fuck. Fuck the United States of America. Sorry. I know we do have a lot of... I know you guys are okay. I'm talking about the White House. I'm talking about the Pumpkin Spice Palpatine. Please do something about this if you're watching in the States. That was awful, wasn't it? My God. What do you think was the most outrageous one? I mean, it's Superman, Transformers, What else did they got? Fucking Halo and manga and God. What a cacophony of shite. Peasants Revolt, of course. In the chat, join us from the States. Solidarity and condolences as well. But of course, we're always open to knocking our own country on the channel. That's what's up next. I don't know about you, I'm going to need a very quick moment to prepare myself. Right, I'm going to have to, I'm not risking, certainly, for Keir Starmer playing the audio on this one. Just 1 second. Because this is Keith's offering, which came out, I think, just a short time after the White. It's very... not copycat, different in style, but the consistent theme is cringe, of course. Just going to mentally prepare myself for some further cringe. Just give me one. Vicky, great to see. Yeah, flawless victory at the end. Flawless. I don't know if they, well, so far, lost the majority of their air bases in the Gulf. It's costing them billions of dollars per DM. All right. So, just a reminder, yeah, I had to double and triple check because I was certain that I'd originally seen and then gotten hold of a parody copy of this, but it turns out he did actually use Money for Nothing by Dire Straits as the background music to this, so I'm not going to play the audio. Like I said, he's certainly not worth the risk, but we do have 5 gifted memberships from MIDI Doctors in the chat. Awesome. Thank you very much for those. Let's just going to quickly update the total. Right. Thanks again. Let's big up MIDI Doctors in the chat. Here we go. So you'll have to do your best to imagine the nasal whinings of Starmer over the top. I don't know. I'll see if I can get away with a couple of seconds, perhaps. Just if you're watching back later on, this might have been snipped out for reasons.
Our number one priority is protecting our...
Just have to monitor this myself as well through the cans. Can we get this in the cans, guys? Thanks. It's so... Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
And that's why, long before the US and Israeli action last weekend, we had already deployed additional...
We're doing lots of planes, basically. So I'm gonna mute the rest, but yeah. It genuinely was that song. And We've Got Planes is all that was about, basically. Planes and helicopters, the old whirly birds. Right, yeah. So despite this, God, where can I start? Yeah. You probably know about the quote from Trump already in relation to Starmer, saying that he's not Winston Churchill, for example. That was earlier when he was hesitating from getting involved. Now that he has, now that we're letting the US use our Air Force bases, and he's put out that cringe video, and Starmer said he's, ready to send more. We got this on Truth Social yesterday. From Trump himself. So yeah, after all this, he's turned around and said, the United Kingdom, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember we don't need people that join wars after we've already won. President Donald J. Trump. And yeah, America joined the Second World War like 2.5 years after we'd been at it. We asked for help quite a few times. They did get involved after Pearl Harbor, but only after leasing us some weapons and food, which our taxes were still paying for up until 2006. Don't get me started on Churchill either. So after all that, he says no thanks, and completely humiliates Keir Starmer once again. Let me get those papers for you, master. But apparently today they've had a bit of a chat again, and it does look like we will still be getting involved. Unfortunately, they seem to have hugged and made up. Kissed and snogged and they went in the back and gave each other a good shot, and then they made up. And then they got on a private jet. No, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Bootlickers get stepped on, exactly, and you can put Keith firmly in that camp. SN Flunky. So he can't keep his story straight, that is Trump, Why aren't you getting involved? Oh, we're just going to have to do this all by ourselves. Then, okay then, well, fuck off. Can him keep that straight? Just before we go to the next comedy clip, have a bit of a comedy break before we crack on with more clips. Let's look at this story from over the weekend about the embassy in Oslo that's been attacked, just very quickly. Because it seems slightly odd, it being Oslo. We've pointed out, of course, the risk of attacks in the United States, perhaps coming here in the United Kingdom. Basically anybody who assists the Epstein axis in starting this, just basically to distract the media. But we're still talking about the Epstein files. I just get this screen share loaded. Bear with, it's been a bit of an arsehole. There we go. May have been terrorism, Norway police say. At this stage in the game, though, you can never rule out an old-fashioned false flag. So let's just go through what's happening. It happened overnight at the US Embassy in Oslo. The embassy in the Norwegian capital sustained minor damage after the blast. In the early hours of Sunday, no one was injured. One of the hypotheses is that it's an act of terrorism, but we're not completely locked into it, said Frode Larsen, the head of the Police Joint Investigation and Intelligence Unit. That's from NRK, Norway Public Broadcasters. But why Oslo? Because, of course, Oslo aren't a player in this Trump axis, which is why it's slightly suspicious, or perhaps not as obvious as it might seem. Looks as though there's very little information about it at the moment. So there has been an appeal for further information. So the only damage appears to be some shattered glass, as you can see there. Not a major incident, no injuries to report. So what is it? And why? But very little information out there at the moment. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the chats. I just wanted to quickly bring that one to your attention in case you'd not seen it. Make sure you hit thumbs up if you just joined us as well, people. I much appreciate it. Of course, there is the Nobel Peace Prize connection. Genie bottle. Maybe, yeah. Good point. But it was, of course, the embassy, one of his own embassies. Take that, Norway. It's a US embassy, sir. Another excuse to try and get Greenland. Possibly. Whatever it is, it's yeah. Just looks like someone set off a firecracker outside it, to be honest. Little to no damage. And we're going to have a comedy respite, as I said now. A bit of a break and then back with more clips and things. Again, someone who you're no doubt familiar with. This latest one from a couple of days ago. Jonathan Pye, who's a character, should point out, played by Tom Walker. And his take on the Iran situation.
Let's take a look at how the conflict in Iran is developing. Right, enough about Iran. What about the Epstein files? Yeah, because look, right, Hillary Clinton, she testified, that Bill Clinton, he testified, that Donald Trump, he bombed Iran. Oh, I see, I'm getting it now. The winner of the FIFA Peace Prize and owner of someone else's Peace Prize, that's 2 Peace Prizes, the guy who came to office promising no more foreign wars, who has stopped countless wars. I mean, you can't actually count them because he hasn't actually done that. Mr. Peace himself, his hands have been forced by an imminent threat that's been going on for decades, including all through his first term. He's been forced to bomb the shit out of Iran, including a girls' school which contained at least 30 of the Ayatollah's wives. And what does Keir Starmer go and do? He doesn't do exactly what Trump tells him to do. What a fucking pussy. Kemi Badenoch is quite right. Taking time to consider the legality, understand the strategy, and predict the consequences is just plain dithering. Look, I know I voted for the useless block of unseasoned tofu, and I think generally Starmer has been a waste of fucking skin from start to finish. But all these twats jumping on him, how dare he upset Donald? Don't upset Donald, bow down to Donald. Suck his dick, Keir. Suck his little orange dick. Fondle his balls, Keir. Go on, fondle his balls. Good afternoon. Look, Keir Starmer is so shit at so many aspects of his job, but he is not responsible for ruining the special relationship, right? It's Donald Trump that insults British troops, that is a more unreliable partner than Philip was to Holly, that signs deals and then throws them out the window on a whim. It's Trump's administration that undermines democratically elected governments, that wants to install far-right parties in the UK and across Europe, who praises despots and insults allies. But now it seems all of a sudden he does need Europe's help. It appears he needs Ukraine's help. Imagine that. Are we really to expect that Trump has a plan? Like he did when it came to invading Greenland, for example. There's no real policy, no thought, no clear objective, no clear strategy, and no end in sight. According to the Trump administration, the Iran war will last somewhere between 4 weeks and forever. But who cares? Donald Trump has brushed off any concerns by simply saying the American public is loving it. And don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong, the Iranian leadership, they are really, really nasty, horrible bastards, religious extremists, religious fanatics, dangerously religious. And I have seen firsthand what religious extremists are capable of. I watched the Twin Towers fall. I was walking past King's Cross Station the day London was blown up. I walked across London Bridge hours before people were getting stabbed to the sound of Allah Akbar. Religious extremism is the most dangerous thing on this planet, so thank God for the US military, who were told this week that this war is all part of God's plan, and that, I quote, Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth. I shit you not. Official US policy. Please God, end this regime run by religious extremists. Well, Keir Starmer has been under a lot of pressure from the US administration, with Donald Trump remarking that he's no Churchill. However...
Jonathan Pye there on tour again. If you want to get tickets or check it out, check out the link. I've seen him live, very good. Met him briefly as well, Tom Walker. Nice guy. Right, people.
Socialists.
Oh my God.
Just a couple of final points on Iran, and then we're going to try and segue that into UK politics with expertise, as always. Quality guaranteed. Yeah, we're going to have a look at David Lammy's, one of David Lammy's interviews recently, Foreign Secretary. At least that's his title this month. And it's a kind of spot the mistake kind of clip.
We've got 400.
Apologies for just having to realign things as we go. It's just to help ensure a smooth stream.
We've got 4.
Okay. This is on the topic, of course, of the attack on Cyprus, which David Lammy's going to pretend wasn't a false flag attack. He's sticking with the idea that that attack came from Iran, which of course it's been 100% certified, disproven, or disproved at moments of streaming. So
400 people, additional staff dealing with air defences, and that includes over Cyprus. They would have heard the Defence Secretary was there yesterday. They know also that we have deployed Typhoons to the region, F-35s to the region. We will do everything we can to protect our airbase, to protect our staff and people, but also to support alongside our allies, I should say, because Cyprus is part of NATO.
What? Because what?
Alongside our allies, I should say, because Cyprus is part of NATO.
No, it isn't. David, you're the Foreign Secretary, and you don't know that Cyprus is not a NATO signatory.
The French, the Germans and others have also sent...
They are. French, Germans and others. And ourselves. But not Cyprus, David.
Frigates to the region to support those inside. Well, the safety of that base is essential, and it's not just a base that serves the United Kingdom, it serves the region, and of course we work very much with our allies because Cyprus is so we've got
He did it again and again and again. No. Oh, God, he's the Foreign Secretary. This is the Foreign Secretary. A shell of a person. Absolutely correct, Libyology. And, well, I guess it's bloopers like that, as well as, obviously, his position whilst Home Secretary and now as Foreign Secretary on Gaza and protests surrounding Gaza. Has led to a bit of a tanking in the polls. Just get this queued up. Obviously all of that is twinned with Labour's general downfall as well, but where his seat in Tottenham's concerned. Take a look at this, people. Projected to lose the seat to the Greens. who would have a massive 17.3% gain according to this, with minus 25.1%, a quarter of the vote being slashed there. And this is a London seat. This is Tottenham we're talking about here, people. And that was put out just 2 days ago, based on an average of national polls. Again, great work from Stats for Lefties. So go, 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 Greens. Read that and weep, David Lammy. Aha. That's what trying to stop trial by jury gets you at the ballot box. So please do follow up on that if anybody's watching from Tottenham. Even Starmer's seat looks set to go as well, doesn't it? Holborn and St Pancras. And now, let's, where London's concerned, Tottenham specifically there, that was a projection for the next general election, which of course is not scheduled currently till 29, but something that is definitely more imminent is the local elections, less than 4 weeks away, in fact. So let's take a look at the overall projection for gains in the entirety of London, and again, not looking particularly positive for Keith. Just bear with here. There we go. Look at this, people. Look at this. 538 council seats for the Green Party, a gain of 530. Labour down in third. Look at that, people. 741 seats down, leaving them in third, with 415. 700, you can see that there. I'll just it's the top three. 741. Wow. That's a double wow. Look at those gains for the Greens. For some reason, the Tories making gains. 77. Well, that's what it says here. But one thing to particularly note, the Greens at the top of the table, but of course, Reform underperforming what they've been promising on a national level there, with just 132 seats out of that massive chunk of the pie that Labour have left. Minus 741. Wow. Projection as well. It's a projection. We knew it was going to be bad, and that's just London alone. I would expect similar results in other former, and it's always former now, former strongholds. Forget the Red Wall, forget that sort of thing. Safe seats, they don't exist. They don't exist anymore. This is the 21st century we're talking about. It's the fight against the far right, from what used to be smaller progressive parties now taking prominence. That's good. Hopefully the real outcome will be deserving of a framing. And let's just quickly remind ourselves what that latest map said about the general, just to go back to the general election for a moment. I think I showed this on Thursday, but quick reminder there. The Greens now up into second place, and Labour again suffering a huge loss of 389 seats. Sixth place, just 22 remaining behind the Tories. That was about a week ago that one came out. Everywhere you look, the Greens are making the most gains at the moment. When you look at national polling, the local elections, whilst Reform are either treading water or losing the odd 1 or 2% depending on which pollster you look at, the Greens are always up 3%, 5%. So making incredible gains at the start and then still chipping away. What are the membership numbers up to now? The last I saw was heading towards 320,000. I don't know if they've actually surpassed that. But they will definitely be officially in front of Labour within weeks. I dare say that they're already there, because Labour still do cling on to members in the stats, even after they've cancelled the direct debits and so on and so forth. I do recall cancelling mine with a particularly strong worded reply to further emails imploring me to rejoin after Starmer had got in, of course. Right, that's going to bring us on to our next video, just after we've given another shout out in the chat for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much for that show of solidarity from Elwido. Can we give a shout out in the chat, please, everybody? Awesome stuff. What do you say, Rick?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's adjust the total, 160. Thanks again. And a 4-star salute from Graham. Thanks a lot for the support, people. What am I doing? Membership goal. There we go. 160 now. Thanks again. Right. I just got to quickly check some. Sorry, the music's going to restart. I've updated the membership goal, it's just not appearing on screen. Let me just quickly try something else.
On with it.
Yes, we will be getting on with it. Just one moment. You might experience a couple of seconds buffering. Be prepared. We're good. And the update's good. Well, we've got it back on studio. Thanks again to Alwedo. Yeah, unlucky there, Davinia. It is random, of course. The gifted memberships. So this is a clip from here in Manchester. It's not an original. My Left Eye. We've not been out on the streets filming this weekend, but we are going to have some very interesting exclusive stuff coming up in weeks to come, I assure you. Let's take a look at these two vids first of all. Basically, Hannah was giving a speech in Manchester. I believe this is from today, and Piccadilly Gardens specifically, for anyone who's familiar with town. They wanted to run up some interference. This was an anti-trans, I don't want to say group, because from the footage I've seen, I think there's just literally two of them, knobheads both. So we're going to look at these first, but thanks as well to Davinia, who sent 5 gifted memberships as well on stream in the chat. Big up, big up. Davinia, thanks for your support as always. So that puts us on 165. Let's just adjust the total. 165 for a Socialist Sunday jive. You didn't gift yourself. You can't even gift yourself these days, can you? Well, thanks nonetheless. Of course, Davinia, for your support as always, like I said. Hope all new recipients enjoy the perks. Creeping towards the 200 line again. Right, people.
Working together.
For a start, I'm pretty sure that these two dickheads aren't from Manchester. They just seem like the sour grapes far right lots, and they're clearly trying to antagonise and intimidate Hannah Spencer and her supporters here in this clip, and unfortunately she then has to be ushered into a police car, and some of her supporters then, well, these two dickheads get physical with some of Hannah Spencer's supporters, let's put it that way. So the clip starts at the end of the speech. I believe this one is going to remain uncredited. Dickhead A, you might know who he is. He is apparently a notorious anti-trans arsehole. I don't want to use the term activist. Speaking as an activist myself, that's an insult to activists, but maybe loosely protester, if you want to say that. So this is his sort of selfie stick kind of footage. But bear in mind that Hannah Spencer's probably given us, she always does, a rousing and decent speech. Having seen quite a lot of footage of her over the last few weeks, believe me, I can say that she always follows through where that's concerned. But this anti-trans dickhead just lets that wash over him, fly over his head, because all he's waiting for is for the speech to end, having gotten to the front, so that he can raise the only thing that keeps him awake at night, because he's got a persistent penis obsession, as you're going to see here, that he thinks is probably the most prominent issue for the United Kingdom as well. This definition of gender, you know, you can forget all of any other of the problems that society faces at the moment. This man is only concerned about penises. A fixation, if you would go so far as to put it that way, spending most of his waking life talking about, asking questions about, and putting to newly elected MP Hannah Spencer, that is, questions concerning penises, possibly also as a side attempt as going for the world record for saying the word penis at a member of parliament. But let's see this footage from Dickhead A.
And by standing up together, we will defeat the politics of division and we will spread hope. And we will do
He can't wait. He's wait.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, she's going to finish. Now's your chance.
Hannah, can a woman have a penis?
Can a woman have a penis? Can a woman have a...
To build a massive
Were you trying to touch me?
against racism,
No, don't push me.
You can only look
Stop
at
pushing me. No, stop pushing me. Okay, are you pushing me off?
That's what they are.
Yes, I am. Look at this.
Off our streets. Stop. Off our streets. Stop.
With the it's almost a caricature or something, isn't it? With the sandwich board and can a woman have a penis? Can a woman have a penis? Yeah, his number one concern is what's between someone's legs when he walks into a ballot box. I think the majority of the rest of us have other things to be concerned with, but not this guy. He's on a campaign, he's on a crusade with his friend Dickhead B, who you're going to see a bit in this and the other clip as well. But just fucking look at this guy, my God.
They're absolutely surrounding me here. Look at them all. I think they made me look. And then, what are you saying to me? You tell me to fuck off.
So the former human chain.
Yeah, are you sure? Look at this. This is the war on freedom of speech. Look at him.
Does anyone know who this fucking weirdo is? Any shout-outs for this? I think we got hold of this footage from it being shared via another account, so not from the original uploader. We do know who the original uploader of the second clip is, but it being this douchebag's original footage. Yeah, it's for identity purposes, not accreditation, just to be very clear. My God, have you ever seen the likes of this? I wasn't present at this earlier today myself, but good to see the majority of Manchester showing up and just basically, I mean, just look at this little fuckface. He looks like he's stuck down a fucking well.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's fucking 7 of them. I'm fucking surrounded.
I'm going to stand my ground now, let's see.
I'm going to stand my ground.
Go on, keep it
Okay, is that that's a Yorkshire accent, I think. I'm going to stand my ground now.
What are you doing? Are you going to try him me as well?
Do you want some?
You join him as well. Look at them pushing me here.
All I'm concerned with is penises. Penis, penis, penis. Why aren't we talking more about, you know? Jesus Christ, man, get a life.
Don't let them do that.
Right, where's Hannah? Where's Hannah gone?
Don't let them go around the corner.
Oh, there she is. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay, so Dickhead A is in hot pursuit here. Fucking hell. Let's go. Right. It's all I care about, you know.
Hannah, quick word.
Quick word. Let me guess what the word's got to be. Is it penis?
Can a woman have a penis, Hannah? Hannah, can a woman have a penis? Are trans women men?
Man, give birth.
Hey, can a woman have a penis, Hannah?
What are you doing, mate? Are you trying to push me?
Hell.
So, Hannah, can a woman have a penis or what?
Scabby
traitor. Yeah, look at this guy here. That's assault. Yeah.
Never done a plumbing job in your life.
Trans women. Hannah.
Job in your life.
Is a trans woman a woman?
Job in your life. You fucking dirty.
Here we go.
So you can hear the other guy in the background there just giving pure abuse to people, trying to antagonise people, trying to provoke a reaction, essentially. It's a very pathetic base tactic that's often used by these kind of twats, but you can see she does have police and other people around her there. So, well protected is my point there as they walk through Piccadilly Gardens earlier today.
I'm just asking, can a woman have a penis, Hannah? That's all I want to know. What about women wanting women-only spaces, Hannah? Is it okay for men to go into women's spaces? What about the children?
I don't fucking I don't look between another fucking guy's legs when I'm in a fucking bathroom, and if I'm in a fucking stall, what does it fucking matter anyway? This guy's number one priority. No, but obviously Manchester supports trans rights, of course. It's notorious for its gay and trans communities, the gay village, of course, Canal Street, etc. Yeah, you find a lot of transvestites, transsexuals, non-binary people, etc. in Manchester. This guy chose the wrong city to come and try this shit in. It doesn't matter, you know. But apparently it's the number one issue. Anyway, I'll just be repeating myself.
You're at unblocking me the toilet.
Fucking disgusting.
What are you pushing me for?
I just want to know if a woman can have a penis, Hannah, that's all.
From the National Penis Society, and I demand an answer.
Do you want to get off me? Get off me! Will you get off my... I didn't threaten her, I was asking a question. Do you want to get off me? Get off me! There we go.
I think Hannah Spencer's already been more than clear about where she stands on trans rights as well. She's said it many times in her campaign, and it's official Green Party policy as well. So he's not very good at his research either. But you heard that other dickhead in the background there. Another source actually managed to capture some footage of this guy, because that was all like selfie stick style from Douchebag A, as you saw there. Let's take a look at. The other guy with the penis fixation, who was got on camera by the Nowhere photo, as you can see there. That's a camera lens in the shot, just to be particularly clear, given the issue that's being raised and its particular shape. It's a camera lens. It's my left eye. I just need to get that monitored. Can't hear that in my cans. Okay. Dickhead B looks slightly familiar, I do have to say as well.
Hey man, give beer. Don't push me, bro. Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, you fucking big... Yeah, will you?
So this is where it's Scabby Traitor and these sort of attempts to antagonise as well. Pathetic, isn't it? And then he just literally, he grabbed that guy by the throat and pushed him. It was just for a split second nonetheless, but yeah, surely that counts. You might have missed it. Just go back a couple of seconds. You look at the guy with his hood up, with the green on his sleeve there. Watch him, the guy in the hat. And then he actually tries a left hook at him, but the guy gets out of the way. And that was right in front of the view of the police officer. You can see on the right there, who I think comes over now and tries to de-escalate by getting this guy, this fucking prat, out the fucking way.
Mind your necking now. Why are you fucking pushing him? He's always trying to come at me. Move away. Can you not see him fucking moving? Fucking hell. See you. A man just put
so I'm assuming the ones in the high-vis are part of Hannah Spencer's team there, and you can see again further antagonisation from people trying to instill a reaction from pushing and shoving, name-calling, this other juvenile crap, the only sort of shitty tactics you ever expect to see from the far right. It's fucking pathetic. Don't want to see this in town, certainly not in Manchester. They can all fuck off back where they came from.
Fuck yeah, you'll fuck up! You're not pushing any of them cunts around now, are you? You come up and push me, you fucking assaulting! You've done fuck all! Well, get back now! Get back now! Move back now!
Some of them are humble people, and that's what's going on.
What the fuck was that?
Will you get off me? I didn't threaten her. I didn't threaten her. I was asking a question. Will you try to get off me? Get off me.
Yeah, so at this point, they did get Hannah in the car. Yeah, luckily nobody was seriously injured.
Fucking hell.
She's trying to spread a message of hope, and all they care about is hate and what does or doesn't have a penis. So that, just one more plug, the Norway photo there if you want to check out. I don't know if you have any more clips from what happened earlier today, but that's where we obtained this footage from. Shout out to the Norway photo. No shout out to the original clip from douchebag Mr. Penis Fixation #1. Fucking hell. But this is what we've got to fight against, even here in Manchester. You see these people, they wake up in the morning, you know, yawn and stretch or whatever. I better get out, you know. Got a lot of important penis work to do. Even while they're brushing their teeth. Penises. They're fucking penises, isn't it? That's the problem with this world. Fucking hell. No, but like I said, choosing to try and do that in Manchester wasn't particularly wise. Right, not had a skim through the chat for a while. Let's see what's happening. Please hit thumbs up if you've only just recently joined us. Nina Sadie's with us. Awesome to see you, as always. Moisha, nice to see you as well. Goldie looking chain, your mother's got a penis. Maybe it was one of them. There were quite a lot of them, weren't there? The Goldie-looking chain, the Welsh rappers, were they? I think it was. Yeah, but that song just daft, wasn't it? Yeah. Never mind those quarterly bills, everybody. And just look at, you know, the likes of Graham Lynham and things like that. Again, had the same fixation. His wife ended up divorcing him and so on and so forth. His reputation in tatters. Just final word on that, I guess. Anna Spencer, I'm sure, has a strong resolve. She won't let that put her off spreading the message of hope. Hell no.
Can you dig it?
On to another topic now. I don't know if, obviously, it's been a big news week with everything in Iran. Don't know if you're aware of this here with Take Back Power. It's quite a new organisation that I'm actually involved with myself. But yeah, this week... basically, we hold various talks and things like this. One of them concerns non-violence, the principle of non-violence itself, why it's used in current methods of protest and that kind of thing. And it's something that other organisations have done in the past as well. Just Upall, Extinction Rebellion, you know, Defend Our Juries. A lot of these organisations use non-violence training with people who want to get involved and take actions with them. We have seen before with other organisations, I think it was ITV, actually even reporting from sessions as they happened in London. We've seen other times where journalists have attempted to infiltrate non-violence training sessions, non-violent direct action sessions as well. In fact, yours truly was once part of the subject of a particular hack piece that they thought was a hit piece on JSO. That's all I'll say about that, though. But yeah, concerning the events of this week, they've been happening in a few places, including here in Manchester. But down in London, following arrests at non-violence session itself, there were then further arrests at people's houses, and fortunately they had the nous and the guile to quickly set the camera rolling as the police were making their way into the house and searching through all the personal property. And this does in fact feature someone who we've shown before on the channel during the launch events down in London. Recently, this was one of the spokes who we shot. I think that would have been on a Sunday live stream as well. But they were the subject of this particular raid, and it's again quite a what's the word? An encroachment on people's personal lives. which is a pretty underhanded tactic by the government. They were very spurious as well as to the reasons for wanting to go into the property, which they claimed that they had a legal right to. But let's see what's happening. This is from Take Back Power Media. So not exclusive footage from yours truly or anything like that. But this does concern friends of mine, and it's quite shameful as well. Again, from the Met. Just get this clip up.
Hi.
Bear with for a second or two. Adjustments look strange for a moment. There you go. It's got subtitles at the bottom. I think some of the audio is a bit quiet, so yeah, I'll just leave it at that size so you can see the subtitles.
How's it going? Not bad. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. How's it going? How are you? We're here to search premises for Tessa. She's currently in custody. Right. No, she's not here. What's that for, sorry? I can't, as you know, I can't tell you exactly what she's been arrested for. What she's been arrested for. Coming into our house, you can't tell us why. What she's been arrested for gives us powers to search. Okay? And it.
It's like they might as well. It's a thing. You see, it's this thing. She might have done a thing. We're looking for a thing as well, and we've got a thing that says we can look for the things, but we can't say why she was arrested or what the things are.
Be her room, etc. We've got powers. We can leave you a leaflet to say exactly what powers we're coming in, and that's it. Okay.
A leaflet. I believe the word warrant. Leaflet. My goodness.
To say exactly what powers we're coming in, and that's it. Okay.
They're just, yeah, going through people's personal effects. What exactly are they hoping to find? I don't know.
You think the super rich should be taxed, right? The people there's 14 million kids in this country. If I take this uniform off, one in 5 kids.
But of course, yeah, taking the opportunity whilst on camera to directly confront the police, which I think is a particularly good idea as well. And this is really good, just to point out what the real problems in society are, whilst go and rifle through some non-violent protesters' property.
In this country living in
poverty. My name's Neil.
Nice to meet you, Neil. One in 5 kids live in poverty, right?
If I was to take
tax the super rich, the obvious solution to do it, instead of Starmer doing that, instead of this failing government doing that, we're spending time going around to people's houses, turning their rooms upside down because they're involved in peaceful protests. It's obviously not the right thing to be doing, right?
But the thing is, after we can't have an opinion either way. We're just told what we have to do, and that's how we do.
You're still, but Neil, you're still.
Once I take my,
right? You still feel.
Once I take
you
my once I take my uniform off, maybe I'm not having it.
Okay.
But when I'm at work, I can't express it, can I?
Yeah, right.
So that's the way it is.
Do you have kids, Neil?
I do.
Yeah. So you get like.
I get all sorts of things.
We've got a soul.
I get all sorts of things, mate.
Yeah.
I'm also in my spare time a youth leader, so
That's great.
I do all sorts of bits and pieces.
So you're probably paying a higher effective tax rate than the super rich and the billionaires. It's just not fair, right? It's an obvious solution. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to that without non-violent civil resistance.
Well, there's various ways.
Which is why, Neil, when you do take off the jacket and the vest, and when you get home, when you do have an opinion,
Join us, Neil. Join us against the oppression, Neil.
I would encourage you to sign up to Take Back Power.
Yes.
As we know, we're not going to make this
Sign
happen
up.
without non-violent civil resistance. As we can see, they're trying to intimidate us. What we're trying to do is head down fascism. We're not surprised when it knocks on our door. That's not going to stop us. So people should go to takebackpower.net to tax the rich to fix Britain. Oh, but you can't tell me you're intimidated, Barney.
well done, Arthur. Yeah. Great guy as well. Wish I'd no, I'll have to save it for another time. But we do have some footage of Arthur at the launch. But I might bring that up again during the week. Well done, and yeah, asking for the police to sign up as well while they're doing that. I thought was a really good touch as well. Get him signed up. You might see him on an action soon. Who knows? Yeah, but the website was up there. It's a .net. If you want to check it out, was it there? Just go back to the bit where he was.
Be a solution. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to that without non-violent civil resistance.
Well, there's various ways.
Which is why, Neil, when you do take off the jacket and the vest, and when you get home, when you do have an opinion, I would encourage you to sign up to take that power.
Sign up. Sign up. Sign up. One of us, yeah. Good job, Arthur. Be seeing you soon, no doubt, actually. Yeah, we always get police liaisons and stuff. If ever you find yourself engaged in lengthy conversation with them, you always have to do that, really. Whether you're on a march or whatever, participating in a protest, even just filming a protest. They're only following orders. Right. Time for another comedy clip, I think. Yeah. This being a baseless channel, and also, of course, for what can I say? Security's sake, I'm limited to what I do and don't say about organisations during streams. So this next comedy clip comes from someone who's not been on for a little bit, but it's always great. The latest in a series of excellent J.D. Vance impressions from Rothschilds. There's a link to all of the comedy clips in the description of the stream. If you want to go and subscribe and give this video another watch. And this time, he's interviewing the CEO of McDonald's. It's really good. For anybody who's not familiar with the series, I'll just say very quickly to add the context. In these parodies, J.D. Vance is, in fact, an alien from another civilization looking to appropriate all of the Earth's natural resources, and is in fact imitating a human being itself. He represents the Galactian Mining Corporation, I believe it is. It's a sort of little in-joke, so just to explain that. But they're really good. They're really good.
Hello, I'm Vice President, and that episode of Future with the dog, JD Shut Up and Vance. And I am CEO of McDonald's and human person that enjoys conversation and lunch, Chris K. Greetings, Chris. Salutations, Mr. Vice President. Oh, please, call me JD. Very well, JD. No, I don't like that. Go back to calling me Mr. Vice President. Okay, good. So you are the CEO of Magdenwalds. That is me. I am he. How long have you worked here? I have been overseeing the production of product at McDonald's for 78 galactic cycles, or almost 7 human Earth years. Actually, you can just say years. Okay, good. This is going well. Chris, I understand you enjoy many areas of human enjoyment. Is that correct? Why, yes, Mr. Vice President. I do enjoy human enjoyment greatly. Do you enjoy sport? Oh, I enjoy sport. Do you enjoy audible motion films? I do enjoy audible motion films. Amazing. What is another one of your favorite areas of human enjoyment, Kraus? Probably the human activity in which I find the most enjoyment is the internal conversion of oxygen into carbon dioxide via the lung organs. Are you Cerberus? I love the internal conversion of oxygen into carbon dioxide via the lung organs. Do you want to do some internal converting right now? Do I ever? That was an excellent use of time. I am in moderate to severe agreement. Another question, Chris. Okay, good. Many bipedal human supporters of mine are wondering how often you actually consume McDonald's products. Are a lot of people going to watch this video? Probably. I consume McDonald's products on a tri-weekly basis. Boy, do I enjoy the McDonald's products. One of the perks of being the CEO of McDonald's is the consumption of McDonald's products. Then would you be okay good consuming this McDonald's cheeseburger product? Absolutely, perhaps. Here is the product. All is well. Now, thank you for satiating my lower middle nutrition cavity. What was that first thing you said? Thank you. It's just so nice to hear sometimes. Hearing that made me almost as happy as when I denied Medicaid access to millions of people in Minnesota as an act of petty vengeance. That is similar to how I force many of my McDonald's employees at McDonald's to use food stamps by paying them poverty wages. We have much in common. Much. Say, crispy onions, do you want to join me in my customary message of doom? Extreme agreement. All products for consumption will be tools of compliance during the next era. The Glaucian Mining Consortium has developed a highly addictive fat-soluble compound that ensures supreme agreeability, a competitive can-do attitude, and an electrified spinal column that shocks you if you ask a question. The GMC believes that no matter what they instruct you to do, your response should always be an emphatic, I'm loving it. Well, Chris, it has been an exciting experience conversing with you today, or tonight, depending upon when this video is being observed. Gracious nod of acceptance, Mr. Vice President. Please accept this small token of my appreciation. Oh, Credimus, you didn't have to get me anything. Oh, my Glaucian gods! It's an entire private warehouse full of couches. Yes, I can see that. I purchased this instead of paying McDonald's cashiers overtime. Okay, good.
Because my name is J.D. Vance, saying it requires you say those words. It's not done or done.
Rothschilds as JD Vance. Link in the description. Go and subscribe. Awesome as always. Really good wordplay as well. Yeah, if you're watching from the States, Ross, we love your stuff here in the UK, here on My Left Eye. Okay, good. That means it's time for another shout out to all the members on the channel. And thanks again for all of your gifted memberships on tonight's stream, taking us up to 165. Very much appreciated, as always. The list will be duly updated. And another reminder, you can also support this stream with super chats. Super stickers are still open if you're watching live. Super thanks if you're watching back later on. And there's a Buy Me a Coffee page in the description of any content on the channel. And if you're watching on a mobile device, please open some recent video content and consider using some of your hype points on My Left Eye videos. That will be wonderfully, fantastically awesome, people. Thank you all very much once again. I really do mean it. Awesome as well to see the community grow, meet new people, share opinions, share stats and facts, or even the odd pun. And Elwido, I almost beat you to it, or did you beat me to it in the chat? But yes, we do have a raid already set up for Kevin Logan. That's going to be good to go. Stay put, people. Quality content to raid into, of course, with Kevin Logan. But post-ending brief shenanigans whilst we round things off here. More streams from yours truly to come throughout the week, of course, with the brews at 10. So do join me for those. All that remains for me on this particular stream, though, is to thank you all for being here. You've all been very cordial in the chat, as expected. Power to the people, as always. Free the entirety of the Middle East, as it's unfortunately turned into now. Don't let the bastards grind you down. My Left Eye, I'll be seeing you soon. Good night.
It's what Hitler and Goering did, and it is textbook. And if you think the next time it happens, we're gonna recognize it because they're wearing scary uniforms, you're out of your damn mind.